Uh, Welcome to the Knox County Board of Commissioners meeting for May 12th, 2026. This morning we have two bid openings, one for the Knox County annual resurfacing, and the second one, bid opening for Knox County asphalt patching materials. And we'll start by opening the bids, and then Mr. Cameron Keaton, the Knox County engineer, is here for review. And we'll leave it at that until we open the bids, Kevin. How about that?
So the first bid package is from Smalls asphalt paving.
Yeah.
There you go, Barry.
This is for the annual resurfacing.
Get that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. Thank you. We have a sign-in sheet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, right here.
I'm trying to open that.
There it is. It looks like a total for annual resurfacing from Smalls is $822,263.41.
Do we have a second?
Yep.
That's the only bid we had, Commissioner.
Okay. So Mid-Ohio apparently didn't turn a bid in?
No.
Okay. So the next one will be for the patching material.
Do we have to wait a few minutes?
And we have to wait till then after, I guess, right? So,
Yes, thank you.
We've got like 7 minutes. We'll do it.
now, can we go through a few of these items, Jason, in the
Yeah.
next 7 minutes and get them out of the way?
Yeah, let me just sign them. Recommend these. Very well.
If you're interested, I know, Bill, you asked, did you guys
Yes.
want to hear what roads are in this annual research?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be great.
It'd be good.
Yeah.
We can share that information. So this year for 2026, the annual resurfacing roads include Dunham Road, Montgomery Road, Connector Road, Utica Road, Vincent Road, Majors Road, Prospect Road, and Brinkhaven Road.
And then what, when you say resurfacing, Cameron, what all is gonna be done on those roadways?
It's a little bit of combination, so some of the roads will actually get an overlay, like an 1.25 inch, 1.5 overlay, a level course on top of that, and then a chip seal on top of that. And then the roads that are still in pretty good shape profile wise will just get a chip seal. So, I would have to go back through and look at the bid and see exactly what treatment each road is getting, but
One or the other.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Montgomery been a little rough for a while.
Yeah, and we get questions on, get it wrong. It's not Column. It's the other one that's out there that's getting detour connector.
And then you're talking about the connector.
The one that people are detailing around the Dandelion, Howard. The first
Oh,
one,
that
east
one,
to
yeah.
west, that measures, next one is east to west. Cornish. So our guys are gonna go out and do some patching on Cornish Road. We get quite a few questions on that. During the bridge project on Howard Danville Road, but we will be doing some patching on that once the bridge project. Yeah, top of it.
Yeah, so we can work on these. I forgot 5 minutes. Approve the Knox County, Ohio Department of Development, the required risk assessment for distribution of federal funds. This is for sent by the auditor and the prosecutor. I was looking at who actually sent this down. Do you know who sent this? Mallory, was this from the auditor? Did this come from the auditor or did this come from JFS?
For the Ohio Department of.
Yeah, the
Development.
risk assessment.
That came from Jillian.
Oh, okay, all right, so this is for our CDBG grants, okay.
Motion to approve.
And second,
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we have the accepted donation of a steel storage building for the Park District. So I talked to Dave Whitehouse and I had him send this down. I didn't think you would have much objection to this, but this is down on the Houston Valley Trail. And it's near the where we have parking and the Bridge of Dreams. And basically this volunteer group is wanted to donate this structure to the Park District. And the Mohican Valley Trail Board obviously wanted it for equipment and storage. So there's no cost, but the reason it's because it's on your property. So once you accept that, it would become county property, the storage facility or the storage building would. It's a 12 by 20 building, so it's not overly huge. But we wanted to do a resolution for you formally to allow it on the property and to accept the donation.
does it have a concrete base on it, or is it? Or
Yeah, I think they are, let's see. You see all labor and materials included in the donation. It's a steel storage building. It'll be adjacent to the picnic shelter at the Bridge of Dreams. It doesn't say,
okay,
I would imagine so, or at least on gravel base. But it doesn't say, and then there is a letter of support from the Mohican Valley Trail Board. I asked Dave to do that, plus send a picture for you to know where it was.
Good.
And so this is for you. So,
I will make that motion to approve.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
and I'll just pass that back down so you can look at that if you want.
Okay, yeah.
Back to
Well, I know Brinkhaven is doing some stuff down there. The village has finally put together their own ordinances and finally did the good work.
And then I think each of you were aware of this. This was United Aggregates was asking for a variance on the 50-foot consent where some mining had been going on, and so they are about 42 feet instead of 50 feet. And so this is the form that the Ohio Department of Natural Resources requires us to do. And then I think Barry, you talked to them, they're gonna put that back.
Yeah, they're gonna reclaim the land where they're dredging now. I think I showed you guys the photo. That dredging material that they won't use will go back into the top of that gravel pit. And so they will reclaim that and they'll be back to 50 once they're finished dredging.
So it's a temporary, but you'll need to sign the 3 copies of this to consent.
Like I say, it will be reclaimed and they'll be at least 50 feet. They may be 54 feet off of the property line by the time they reclaim it. There's no interference with the bike path or anything like that runs out there. They're about 40 feet off the bike path, so there's no interference there that will happen from United Aggregate there, so.
So we just need the approval of that and then for you guys to sign this waiver for the ODNR.
I'm so moved.
Second
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Then we have a satisfaction of mortgage for the CHIP program. This is Paula Hashman on West Rambo Street in Danville. This kind of fell under the very old CDBG program back in the day. And so we have those mortgages that gets released where they had liens over a certain period of time. And I think this is the last one that we have. So this is a satisfaction of that mortgage and it just requires you to sign off so we can pull it out of the recorder's office.
Yes, so moved.
Second
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we have approved the Knox County Department of Job and Family Services Public Assistance Division to transfer the amount not exceeding $4,999.75.
So moved.
it. Second.
That just goes back to Mallory. You have a motion and a second on that?
Yes, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then again, we have another approved JFS to transfer an amount not to exceed $15,000 and 25 cents.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then the last one, they have a transfer not to exceed $22,616.27.
So moved.
Second
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're back to 10, there's the bills, and we're back to 10:10, so we can open that other bid. Perfect time.
Okay, so we'll get back to bid opening. This one will be for asphalt patching material. And I'll let
Do
you,
you have a total that you're expecting on the bid?
Yeah,
So 507,000.
I don't have that sheet, so 500, what?
Second phase. Right here.
Oh, it is buried back there. Okay, thank you. You have them stapled together too, don't you, Henry? Okay. So this one is from Mid-Ohio. Which place? There it is.
Mid-Ohio's bid is $473,048.50. 473,048.50.
So we have a total of three
Right.
bids, and this one is from Smalls Asphalt Paving.
Mold asphalt paving, bid total $500,505. 500,505.
This last one is from Cocosing Materials.
Material. $669,250. 669,250.
Perfect. We'll take these back. As always, with our bid openings, we check all the numbers and make sure there's no mathematical errors and that type of thing. Make sure all the bonds and stuff are incorporated with the bids, and then we'll put a bid tabulation together. And then we'll make a recommendation to the commissioners, and from there, all the bidders that do submit bids will get a copy of the bid tabulation as well.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. You want anything, Rob, or no? Yeah, yours. I put yours. So, like yours, brother. Thank you, John.
I'll see you.
Thank you.
Okay, good seeing you, Rob.
Jason, what else you had, sir?
Well, just a couple items here to go through. Want to let you know I did get a hold of the Tracy Mills surveyors today, and they are gonna go out and survey that easement that was requested of you across the trail by Mr. Newell and Mr. Cochran. So I think we were in agreement, we were not gonna honor the easement down and lower, but we're gonna honor the 60-foot easement that
It's already there.
across. So they're basically gonna take the road frontage is what that 60-foot is. That's why it's there between the parcels. They're gonna just survey that 60 feet right on across the trail. I talked to the prosecutor, and we kind of determined that typically we don't pay for those, but we felt like in this case we should have, because it apparently was missed.
Yeah.
we talked when Dave Height House was in from the Park District.
Thanks.
That one was never done way back when the trail was put in place, so the county would have paid for it back then, so we felt like we'll just go ahead and pay for the survey. And then the prosecutor's office will draw up the easement and we'll bring that down and get it on the agenda for you. So that's in the works. We'll just do the one easement, so.
So where is that exactly, Jason?
I'll show you on the map. It's
Okay.
I think it's, I don't know, it's out towards
Going towards
Centerburg.
Going towards Centerburg. What's the name of the road?
Number two.
Is it before or after Updike? I can't remember.
It's at the, one of them's at the corner of Updike, I think.
Yeah, is this map, I have, Commissioner, it doesn't, I just zoomed in on where the easement's gonna go, so
Yeah.
but I can get you a picture of
Okay,
the
Thank
whole
you.
area, but that's where we're at on that. And as far as compost site goes, so there's a lot going on with that, but I've met with a few contractors to get some background information. There obviously is a overflow material out there we've talked about. So what I'll say to you and the public, I guess, as of this point, is we are working on it. We are trying to put a plan together that I can bring you a couple options and see what you want to do. I think at this point, my preference is probably to try to turn that into a managed site
I agree.
where we lease the facility to somebody to manage it. We pay a fee for them to manage it for us. Then whatever money they make off the site is them running it as a business. That's basically the model that Marion, Morrow, and Delaware have in the solid waste district. I think DCAMM may be willing to provide a little bit of funding for us to do that because they do that same thing in the other areas of the district. Obviously, you all sit on DCAMM board, so that would be a discussion for that board, but so there's a lot of things going on. We're working it. We do think eventually we're gonna need to shut the site down for maybe a month to work the site. But in talking to a few of the contractors right now is probably not a great time to do it because it's springtime. Even though it's out of control, the public is still using it. I think maybe that might be better served like the month of July when it's less use out there. And also it's dry because that's a mud pit and we're gonna need to
Yes.
do some site work and to get the site prepared and ready to have it reopened. So that may be, I'm not saying it's gonna be July, but we're working on, that would be part of my.
So did Rob Clendenning ever say anything about spreading some of that?
So,
to the
yeah,
other
so.
part of the acreage we own out there?
Yeah, so I called our environmental consultants, Rob and I talked, and we can't apply it to the landfill cap. But we do own property out there that's
Also
not
true.
part of the landfill, that's right down the slope in the back. There's some areas that is not the landfill and it's county property. Rob said those are some low areas, so we do think we could apply some of it back there. We may be able to apply some across the road where like the horse
Mhm.
park people rent that, or not rent, but we let them use that space. We may be able to spread some of it there. We're working on all options. And then this Saturday and next Saturday, we're doing a free pickup. I guess Matt has heard from a lot of residents that they would like to have some of the mulch, but they can't get it because you gotta hand load it. So we met with Green Machines this week. I told him that the county, we would be willing to pay for 4 hours of labor for him to have somebody out there this Saturday and next Saturday to just load vehicles, trailers. People can have as much as they want. They can come again and again and again if they want it. So they'll be there to load it for them this Saturday and next Saturday. So
What
Well,
hours?
8 to 4.
8 to
Eight to
noon.
noon.
8 to noon.
8 to noon.
And then Rob Clendenning, which he is always very helpful all the time. Anytime I ask, he's very helpful. He went out and they surveyed it and we have 12,500 cubic yards of material out there. So it is out of control.
All the mulch they ever want.
Yeah. And talking to one of the contractors here locally, he told me, that part of the problem is I guess they're called grappler trucks that are large semi-type trucks that bring huge amounts of material out there. That was never our intent to allow
Yeah.
that kind of, so now that he's kind of had people out there, green machines, they're turning those types of things away if they're there to catch them. So I think it's gonna have to be a man site.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to restrict hours. And we're gonna have to charge businesses. I think that's probably gonna all be in my plan to you when we're ready. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I will bring those ideas and then you can vet them, and if you want me to do something else, I will. But I think it's gonna be a much different approach than what we've been doing lately. It's not the residents, it's the businesses that are overrunning us.
Like I say, when I was out there 2, 3 weeks ago on the weekend, it's supposed to be nothing over 12 inches in diameter.
And
And I'm not kidding you, I don't know, there's no way that two guys would grab some of them logs and lift them off the trailer and put them in that pile. I mean, they're.
Yeah, it's the grappler
Yeah.
trucks probably, but all I know is, I mean, we have a lot of apartments to manage, and it seems like I've just spent a lot of time on the compost site, so we gotta figure out a way to
Better
get
solution.
get a better solution, and then, hopefully have a sign on that gate that says managed by whoever and their phone number. Call them if there's a problem, because they're getting paid to manage the site, so anyway, I think in the next couple of weeks, we should have some solutions laid out to get it fixed. So,
someone mentioned this morning, I guess I've never seen it, but the sign out there says no commercial vehicles or use.
It does,
yeah, it may, I don't
Just,
know.
right on, right or left, I can't remember the gate.
Right at the gate.
Yeah, it's about this big.
But the problem is it's unmanned. And so
Yes,
there's
exactly.
no enforcement of anything when you don't man the site. And that's why the other 3 counties in the district man their site. So,
Well, like I say, you have another thing there too, is if not trying to be that guy, but if you have somebody from Licking or Morrow County who is a landscaper or a tree guy, and he is loading up, they are loading up their equipment with stuff from Knox County. They always say, well, I'm working for whomever is in the county, and it just kind of.
and I think and I'm still getting information from the solid waste district, but I think even in those other counties, I think that when it's a managed site and we're paying, what the county is paying the vendor is to allow them to take material from county residents for free.
Right,
That's what the county general fund would be paying for.
right.
And so to do that, I think those counties require an ID when you bring your stuff out, because they gotta verify you're a county resident. Because we're not letting somebody from Coshocton County bring stuff down here, right? Not saying they are, but you gotta verify people live in the county because it's being paid for by county taxpayers, so. We're getting all that together, and I'll bring something to you. I'll just let you know when I'm working on it and trying to get as much information as possible from as many sources as possible. We had a local vendor that made some comments on our Facebook page that were good comments. They weren't bad comments. So I contacted him. I had him come in and I met with him for about an hour, and he gave me ideas, expanded on some of his solutions that he thought that I saw on his Facebook, or on our Facebook page. And it was a good meeting, and Todd and I went away with a lot of good ideas. So we're trying to just get as much information as possible to make the best, maybe to make the best of a bad solution, because everybody just wants it open all the time. And that can't be those days, I think, are definitely going to be over. So anyway, we're working it, and we'll get that to you. So that's where we are on that. That's all I've got for you, other than I think IT's coming down.
Yeah.
Jason, would you talk a little bit about the transit building as our business center?
Yeah, so the transit center is, we had our walkthrough yesterday. It's progressing very well. The framing is all done. We actually yesterday made a kind of a modification to the plan, because I think I had Bethany and her team come down and look at it, and I think they were just excited about the space that they're gonna have. So there was a like another conference room for them we were gonna have in at the kind of the back of their area or the side of their area that clearly they don't need the space. So we've scrapped that from the plan and we will leave that open to go with our extra space that we have downstairs.
Did you decide to do something for EMA there yesterday?
I don't know. It's a possibility. We talked about it. Josh was gonna, our architect was gonna look at some different
Options.
scenarios to see if it was feasible or not. I think they did say yesterday too, the work out front of that building, that the land bank or ADF or whoever was doing it got pushed back till June 1st. Supposed to start this week. So looks like that's gonna be delayed a couple weeks, unfortunately.
Yes.
Because we're kind of waiting for them to get that done so we can bring the elevator crew in and start building the elevator shaft. And so they're kind of holding us up on that piece, but I guess there's not much we can do.
Do we have an estimated completion date?
I mean, I
Estimate.
would like to have them in there by the end of October, the 1st of November.
That'd be great.
That's, whether the elevator is gonna be the piece that's gonna maybe that could hinge on that. But that's what everybody's kind of shooting for is that time. And
Unless we go before that.
yes, that's my goal. Get the vehicles inside before.
Ohio should be one there in October.
Yeah.
Yeah. We hope not.
Good, how's it going?
Good. We'll go ahead and turn the floor over to you. You can introduce yourself
All right.
from our IT department.
No, I'm Trevor. I'm the IT Director, Chief Information Officer. Reporting on the previous 30 days of IT activity. Kind of a little bit of a slowdown compared to the previous period. We responded to 302 IT support tickets, as opposed to the like 450 we had last month. So it's nice to have kind of a breather from the projects that we were working on. It's always kind of like a 60-40 split with the city and the county tickets. So it's a good balance with our
City being
technicians.
60.
40%.
Yeah.
Fortunately for now. Got some project updates to report on. The title office, we completed the refresh of their, they got new VoIP system, they got county phones. So now they're all on dial by extension. With the county owned internet in there, now they have the capability to do credit cards, take credit card transactions. So that they were just on checks and cash at the previously, so they'll really like that.
Do we have any departments that don't have that capability? That
No.
need to, okay.
No. The clerk's office they just got a new credit card reader up there too, so they're happy to be able to have more flexible payment options.
Okay, good.
The county prosecutor's office, they had a lot of new like desks and office rearranging going on. So IT was heavily involved with that. We picked up a couple of offices and moved them into the conference room so they could be temporarily functional while their offices were being rebuilt. So that was kind of a fun afternoon. Currently working with a product for the clerk of court's office to enable what's called single sign-on. They're getting a new Pitney Bowes certified mailing application. So this allows them to more securely sign in across all the applications that they used with one set of credentials. So it makes it more secure so they don't have to remember half a dozen passwords for half a dozen applications. So that's been an ongoing project that I was just working on a few minutes ago before I came down. Still working on getting the water department connected to VIP. Just working with the vendor to determine the correct server requirements and building servers for that project. We installed a new server for the Board of Elections. That was a nice consolidation because we had 3 individual server boxes to keep track of and maintain. We consolidated that to one machine. So it's more secure just to have one box and just less surface area, less to go wrong. So we were happy to do that.
So at the Board of Elections for this last election, did we have someone that was there the whole day to be able to help them or,
Well, they call us over whenever we need anything.
okay.
They had
hired that position, remember, Bill? Scott
Yeah.
Howard went back over there as kind of their
so
technology
Scott's doing that?
liaison deal, yeah.
They had a bit of a glitch because they had like a power surge or something there for a minute over
Yeah,
there,
it
but it's
was
straightened
went
out.
out for a while.
Yeah.
They're also getting some new computers next week, since it's after the election cycle's over. Did some hardware upgrades for the Mount Vernon Fire Department. They got some new Wi-Fi access points in the bays. We were having issues with signal reflection with all the metal in there was causing, even though it had a really high signal level, it was not very usable. So we got some purpose-built Wi-Fi access points installed in there, and it's running very well now. Jared's been working a lot with the sheriff's office. They have a new building out there. We're working on getting point-to-point internet out there, so we don't have to run a fiber. It's just a wireless dish on either side of the building, so we can get phone and internet out to. I think it's going to be evidence storage.
Yeah, the evidence room, yeah.
And then last month, I reported that they were purchasing new computers for the sheriff's office. Those have been received, and we have them about 50% deployed now.
And there was a bunch of them. That was what,
The 24 machines. Yeah.
Were these for the vehicles or in the office?
Half of them were for the jail, half of them were for admin, and they had a couple laptops. We have some remote users. They got new laptops.
Okay.
So most of it's replacement, a couple of new machines. Still working with Central Square having the new MFA requirements for their MDTs. Central Square has been securing their application and requiring all their customers to use, how we use Duo to log into our computers every day. They're requiring something similar for public safety applications.
Makes sense.
So it's been trying to get all the agencies to use the same product and purchase the same subscription and everybody get on the same page. So it's been a little bit of a project to get that all ironed out, but we should be finishing that up by the end of this month. Starting to get a little bit more involved with our KPH MOU. I did a training yesterday with their IT manager and kind of a little more in-depth onboarding, getting ready to take over if he needs to take vacation and just being familiar with that environment. And
that's public health.
Yes.
yeah, Knox Public Health. That's really all that I have for this
Trevor,
previous month.
you mentioned at the beginning the credit card. So obviously that was a pretty big initiative we had that lots of the departments wanted to be able to take credit cards, like
Right.
the county engineer, for the utility companies wanted a way to pay for the utility fees without, bringing a check in every time.
Yeah.
So I think we had to do the whole process and I had to bid that out and we got all that back. So does everybody have those now that needed them or wanted them? Credit card machines, or they're running them through either the
Clerk's
computer
office
or
just
machine?
got a new one. Auditor's office, they have a new one. Dog shelter. Everyone's been
Does the
getting,
engineer have his?
I believe so. I don't
Okay.
think it's deployed yet, but
Okay.
we've got to wait for the payment processor a lot of times.
Did we shop the percentage rate that we're paying?
Yeah,
for
so
the-
that was the whole deal. We had to go through the prosecutor's office because the law requires you to have like a single source. And so we
Mhm.
put out a request for qualifications or request for proposal. I can't think it was RFP. We had multiple vendors respond and then I kind of graded those. I had IT, I think it was before Kyle left, graded those. And it actually worked out because the vendor we picked was who the treasurer was already using. We didn't know that. We were vetting them out
Mhm.
based on what we thought. And then when we selected them, it worked out because they were already using that. But the deal is the county can't make any money on the
Yeah,
payment.
yeah,
So
right.
it's built in that the card company, we get our money and then they get the fee on top of that. And so there's a
Around 2-something%.
Yeah, we can't remember what it was, but and so basically everybody countywide is on that, except I think the clerk of courts maybe had to stay with a different vendor because they have to have with the courts and Muni Court and all of them had to be tied into the same
Right.
vendor or something like that. So,
Hmm.
Maybe we make the networking happen and then everything else from there is handled by the department.
Good. We appreciate your help.
Didn't the commissioners do anything for you?
No, I've had pretty excellent support. Everything's pretty easy for me to manage from an IT perspective, so I
Good.
appreciate
you
it.
guys got a lot going on.
Pretty busy. We're going to be more busy as these new buildings come in.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their place, so we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, we want to make sure you have job security. That's why we keep doing it.
Add a new one. That's okay. We're good. Good workload.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
So
Jason, you have anything else?
that's it.
I see we have items received, Division of Liquor
Oh,
Control.
did I have? Oh, yeah, did that? I already must have passed that down.
Yeah, just a transfer.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's it.
Okay, perfect.
Commissioner, do you have anything?
Just that this Sunday is the rededication of America and there'll be the National Ministry Services the whole day. Donald Trump called for that, and that's this Sunday, so encourage everybody to be praying for our nation and rededicate.
Commissioner?
I have nothing other than the stuff you're going to talk about in breakdown the ESC.
For those who are willing or able, wanting to go to ESC, which is Educational Services, ribbon cutting will be at the Woodward tomorrow at 2, and Fredericktown Historical Society has a ribbon cutting tomorrow at noon. And for those who don't know where that is in Fredericktown, it is the old Snyder's Funeral Home there in downtown Fredericktown. And of course, the ESC is in the Woodward Opera House. So anybody who wants to go to that, feel free to show up. Anything else?
I have nothing. Thank you.
I also saw the Ackerman Nature Preserve has a grand opening Saturday, June 13th at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, up in
That's in
Fredericktown.
Fredericktown. It's
Mhm.
also ribbon cutting, so a lot of ribbon cutting
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, and we offered them also some of the mulch.
Yeah,
And when Barry and I went up there to visit earlier.
yeah, it's finally
Are you
completed.
interested?
It's finally completed. And if you haven't had a chance
Yeah, it's
to
beautiful.
tour it, it's really nice. When we were
Yeah.
up there, they were just finishing up the bridge walk, covered bridge walk. But yeah, they did a great job. So I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So make motion to adjourn.
Second.
We stand adjourned.